We want to do that, what no one has done before. We want to teach you the Sicilian triumph, as in, what do the Sicilians think of triumph? Our film is about the second religion of Sicily, how to be at the top of the mountain. The teaching or learning system, your own system, and the system that allows to make changes. All those three systems get combined into one person, and he needs no one after that. And now we need a system of fulfillment that will allow to work with each one of the blocks. Every result has three things that it consists of. When we say principle, it's something that gets rid of barriers along the way. When we take Rastrup, we will understand which sections we need to work on. And when we're talking about linear exercises, that's a mechanism of task fulfillment of a linear task. That is, the teaching system has certain levels, and every level has its own task fulfillment tools. Rastrup, linear exercises, and principles of task fulfillment. On the first level, we're learning about principles. We need to learn those principles that will allow us to build our own fulfillment system. And of course, it would be good if those principles were effective. Why is that important? Well, most people take principles kind of lightly. Specifically, principles get transformed into a person's opinions as the end result. And you guys remember, right, in the teaching system, we go where? To the consultants. And they're the ones who explain to us those effective principles. And on this base, they also describe to us what? Well, the doctrine. You know, it's hard to build a engine, a doctrine, if you're not bolting it to the right opinions that are based on the right principles, ones that move you towards effectiveness. This is precisely the difference between the people that reach the top of the mountain the right way, between the people that reach the top of the mountain throwing other people off. And there's also those who stand at the bottom of the hill, wishing for something that they will never have. Well, I'm sure you have a question where to get those principles. The Sicilian teenager masters the wisdom of his ancestors that are tied together with principles on the basis of these sayings. He constantly sees them on the facades of the houses and temples, so he constantly sees and hears these sayings from his elders, and he memorizes them. From a very young age, all of the 12 phrases or sayings that will allow to get away from any barriers on their path. He remembers all those things from a very young age. Well, he understands, okay, something like this I cannot do. Why? Well, I've seen in my childhood what happens to the person that acts in this way. So there are base principles and there are linear principles. First, we learn the base principles, and there are 12 base principles. The linear principles has to do with certain specific fields of life. Even so, they cannot contradict the base principles, because they're fundamental principles for effectiveness. In Sicily, you can be introduced to these principles all over the place. That's why a Sicilian learns them on his day-to-day life, on the buildings, on the sculptures. There are certain things that are written down, and what is written is the actual Sicilian wisdom. And it's passed down from generation to generation because it's a way to transfer that wisdom to us, to get those fundamental principles to us. I will tell you more, it's not like that just in Sicily. This could be found in every spot all over the earth. The only question is, are you able to read what it says? If you don't have the initial cliché, it will be difficult to decode those principles. But if in your hands lies the knowledge of the predecessors and the initial tradition, in that case you can very quickly turn the Sicilian wisdom into an effective task fulfillment system. In Sicily, it's written. It's very easy to fight for hopes and dreams. It's a lot more difficult to fight and protect something that already exists. So as far as this saying goes, which base principle do you guys think it's talking about? Well, let's take a look. Principle that says, use the correct tool for the job. That principle is merged to the Sicilian reality. That's why they say you have to protect that what exists, and not that what doesn't exist. All those things such as hopes and dreams, they don't have any value here in Sicily. What's valuable in Sicily is the actual actions that a person takes. So if we take all those principles and lay it over the Sicilian wisdom, you will see that in Sicilian culture there are exactly 12 of these sayings. So if you look around, they're all over the place, and they are identical to the 12 principles of our task fulfillment science. And they are identical. They just say them differently. So what we have is the 12 principles of the Sicilian wisdom are identical to the 12 principles of the science of task fulfillment. And we see this everywhere. It doesn't matter on which continent or country we go to. So if you take a national saying of any country or culture, it will be equal to one of the principles of the science of task fulfillment, which is the initial system. In the Sicilian system, the consultants are the ones who give the principles. There are things that the commanders teach, and those things are the mechanisms of task fulfillment. So if you go ahead and compare things like books of Mario Puzo and other things that are available to the public, that are publicly accepted, to the 12 exercises of sector, you will see that they're all kind of spinning around the exercises of our sector. And you will again see that the base is 12. So just as an example, let's take the exercise of sector, the mechanism of controlling distances. As we all know, for us to hit something, first we have to see the target, then load the gun, then raise it up and take aim, and then shoot. And you understand the bullet has to be in there loaded. So then when we start asking ourselves, what is the gun? What is the target? What is the bullet? We kind of start understanding the mechanism of task fulfillment. As in, what do I have to put together to solve that problem? The third block of the teaching system are instruments. Equals complex rastrup. What does Rastrup tell us? How to create a preparation and a training system. And that's exactly what Rastrup does. It tells you what you should have in your bag to be able to solve future problems.
Весь Раструб
All of the rostrum that exists in Sicily, it's all hidden and coded inside the architecture. And in Munich, we see the exact same thing. And everywhere else. The actual rocks are either demonstrating the interaction between the different exercises of Rastrup, or demonstrating one exercise of Rastrup. Like right now, we're walking in Palermo. What is that? What is that you see? Well, that's the first exercises. You can see the cross. So the one that knows this language and is able to read the architecture, the one who knows that churches and temples are books, symbols that allow to understand certain things, that type of person doesn't have any problems. And who teaches him to do that? Well, obviously the same people that taught him the principles. They would tell him, look here, see, this is like this, look over here, this one is like this. The consultants tell him. Whether we like it or not, in all of the world, the task fulfillment system is one. Same in Sicily, in Venice, in Germany, same in Moscow, same in Ukraine. All over the place it's all the same, but the explanation, how they're trying to explain it, how they know how to explain it, how they were explained. So every Sicilian, if he was to get back to the Sicilian source, he would be able to reach a lot of results in life. What you have in front of you is the algorithm that allows to reach results on the base of the Sicilian teaching. Without this system that I have just described, there is no triumph. It is impossible to reach triumph without understanding this system. And the interaction between the exercises of Rastrup, of the linear exercises, and the principles. These are the things that will teach you to reach results. And triumph is the combination of different results. Because what makes a person strong is every time he reaches another result. And it must be done the right way, using the right mechanisms. And all this must be backed up by the correct doctrine. It does not matter what or who you are right now at this moment. Remember this. In life, there's only two ways you can go, either to the top of the mountain or to the bottom. When you're waiting around for something good to happen in your life, that is always you moving down to the bottom. That's how a person becomes the gray mass of the ones who are incapable and don't have anything. But if you have decided to reach triumph the right way and to become the captain of your own ship, then you have a need for mechanisms and task fulfillment systems. Build your fulfillment, dogmatic, and a training system in such a way that will allow to reach fatal, uncompromised results. In the result, you're going to have the combination of all your results into one pile. You're going to have a worthy power component, and you will become the basis of the ship god. And after this, the people will pull towards you like to a magnet. And then, God willing, free sailing